Try not to engage your calves so much. Secondary muscle group calves, main muscle group hamstrings. Butt and lower back are connected. The main focus here is small muscle groups, making sure that you're using your hamstrings versus your calves. You will feel the calves on this exercise, more of a blood flow instead of a burning. If you feel your calves get involved, you will bring the ball closer to your butt and you'll curl in a small controlled motion. Swiss ball leg curl with butt up. More difficult than the Swiss ball leg curl with the butt down. Here you have to stabilize from your abdominals, making sure your butt's engaged to keep your butt off the ground. This is probably a secondary exercise. You always want to start with your smaller exercise, which would be a Swiss ball leg curl with butt down, just to kind of create a foundation, and then from that foundation you will raise your butt up and it will become more difficult. Now again, the purpose of this is to strengthen the hamstrings and balancing yourself with your abdominals from your heels. Do you feel this in your hamstrings? That's good form. On these, I usually make my clients do high repetitions because of the low impact exercise that it is. 100 reps would be effective. Sitting, always making sure your quadriceps are engaged, coming up as high as you can, getting a good burn and stretch from your top of your knee to your hip flexor, making sure you do not push off your palms, making sure your back is pressed up against the pad, abdominals are engaged, keeping that foot contracted at all times, foot is flexed, quadricep is tight, leading from your quadricep. It's very easy to fatigue on this and start bending your knee and leading from your knee versus your quadricep. Great small muscle group, low impact exercise. So with people who have knee injuries or lower back injuries, this is a great exercise for them to do to tone and to strengthen the small muscle groups, and it will take it away completely from the knees and the back. Again, I try to go high repetitions here to really engage and to work that quadricep muscle. You never want to use momentum. You want to add resistance in your mind as if it's hard to raise and as if something's pushing down on your leg. Making sure your abs are tight all times, not tensing your neck. Making sure you're breathing on motion. That one does not count. As you can see, she's fatiguing, and so what's happening is she's bending her knee, which is fine. But again, this is a great exercise you can do every day. Low impact. Since this client has a back injury, lunges and squats, step-ups are all out of the question. So these low impact exercises will give her the same effect and at the same time strengthen her smaller muscle group. She's also left-handed. As you can see, the difference in form and endurance and strength on her left leg. And again, this gives us an idea of where we're at strength-wise. Left leg versus right leg. Her right leg was struggling a little bit more than her left. Her left leg is fatiguing, but still holding good form. Making sure everything's tight. Thinking of your body as one unit, stabilizing your upper body. Making sure you're breathing, engaging your lower back up against the pad. So again, great exercise to do every single day, very low impact. It's very important that you keep the same form from rep 1 to rep 50. Right now I have her doing 50 repetitions. And it's fine to stop and gather yourself. Don't give yourself a 30, 45-second break versus a 10-second break to gather yourself and then continue on. Because again, we don't want the quads to recover. We want to keep them contracted and we want to fatigue them fast. 4-point quad raise in a sitting position. As you can tell, she's doing a 4-point, keeping her quad contracted all the time. So it's 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 point equals 1 repetition. She's going to 20. Great exercise for the inner and outer, careful, inner and outer, I didn't count. Inner and outer thigh. You notice when she goes out, she's going to use her abductor. When she goes in, she's going to use her adductor, which is her inner thigh. Again, her quad's doing all the work. That one doesn't count either. The reason I'm not counting these is because she's bending her knee, which is fine because she's fatiguing. I'm sorry, Jody. You're gonna get it. Nice and tight. Again, she also wants to challenge herself on this. Don't make the square lollipop style. You want to go full range of motion on your square. Good. Point 1, point 2, that one doesn't count. That's fine. Good. Again, the reason I'm starting her over on these is because when she bends her knee, it takes it away from the exercise. These exercises have to be done in perfect form because if not, she will have a chance to hurt herself, number one. Number two, it will defeat the exercise. And again, she wants to get the most out of a low impact exercise like this. Very tricky exercise. You also want to go slow and controlled. You never want to use fast momentum motions because that will take it out of the quadricep as well. That one was on the fence. As you can see, she's fatiguing, which is fine. But again, these are exercises you can do every single day that will help strengthen the small muscle groups in the legs and will help prevent injuries. She's going 4-point quad raise again, but she's starting inwards now. In, 2, out, down. Very tricky exercise. Again, these are hard because she's not allowing her legs to recover. Continuous motion. Good. Making sure she's breathing, tight abs. She should not be feeling any knee pain or lower back pain. Good. Up, out, down, over.